Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Utah Valley University in Lockhart Arena. I am Sam Allen, joined by my buddy Chasen.
Hey, welcome out, everyone.
We got University of Northern Iowa Panthers in town tonight to take on the Wolverines. Big matchups, Chasen. Lot to come. Currently, University of Northern Iowa ranked top 20, top 25, right? We always love having the great competition that comes with Pac-12 or Big 12 wrestling.
Yeah, currently they're coming off a big win too. They beat Ohio State, which was ranked 3rd in the country.
Yeah.
And what better team to have
and a big road
for the
victory.
home opener?
Then a big road victory over Oklahoma right after that. So awesome to have them in town. UVU's got some ranked wrestlers. They do as well. Let's go ahead and go into the lineup for tonight. Jason, why don't you take us off at 125 pounds?
125. We got Kyle Goher wrestling for the University of Northern Iowa. He'll be wrestling Case Mger, redshirt freshman for Utah Valley.
Yeah, up there at 133 pounds. We got Kyle Biscoglia. He's going to take on one of two wrestlers from Utah Valley, Colby Nems or Stockton O'Brien at 133 pounds.
Stockton recently dropping down to 133. Looking forward to seeing him compete at this weight. 141, number 7 in the country, Cale Happle, sophomore for UNI. He'll wrestle either Ty Smith or James Emmer for Utah Valley.
Yeah, we'll have a 2-minute break after that, which will come on to 149 pounds. Number 12, Colin Roberto. He's going to go up against Isaiah Delgado, one of our more seasoned wrestlers. That's an up-in-the-air match. We may have Tyson Humphreys come out as a redshirt freshman to take on number 12 ranked Colin.
57's another ranked wrestler for UNI, Derek Hlog, be wrestling Alex Emmer for Utah Valley.
Again, stacked team with the Panthers, right? Almost a ranked guy nearly at every weight. We'll have a short break at after 157 pounds. We'll then go to one of our marquee matchups. We got number 9, Austin Yant, a redshirt senior. He's going to go up against one of 2 UVU wrestlers, Danny Snedaker or Cameron Haddock, which takes us to 174.
174, Lance Runyon, currently ranked 12th for the Panthers, will be wrestling Demetrius Romero, most seasoned wrestler on Utah Valley's team, currently ranked 7th. He's been ranked as high as 4th this season. All-American Big 12 champ, so yeah, that will be a big matchup.
That's going to be the powder keg for the night. It's going to be a great matchup. Right after 174, again, listeners, we're going to do a little 2-minute intermission. We'll then take us to 184 pounds. Big match. University of Northern Iowa's top-ranked wrestler, number 2, Parker Kekheisen. He's going to go up against one of 2 Utah Valley wrestlers, Hunter Morse or Caleb Uhlenhop.
That's right. 97's Noah Glazer or Caleb Runyon for the Panthers will be wrestling number 23, Evan Bachman for Utah Valley.
And then to finish us off for the night, number 13th ranked at heavyweight, Tyrell Gordon, going up against Chase Trussell.
That's right. These Panthers are led by head coach Doug Schwab, assistant coach Randy Pugh, Lee Roper, and Brett Robbins. Extremely well-coached team coming into Utah Valley, experiencing it's probably a little bit colder over there in Iowa right now. We're having some good weather out here, so for travels purposes, that's great. These wrestlers are just doing their handshakes for the night before the matchups.
Real quick, we just got word. We had a number of probable matchups for the night at Utah Valley. So at 133 pounds, going against Kyle Biscoglia, it's going to be Stockton O'Brien. At 141 pounds, Ty Smith is going to step in. At 149, this is the matchup that we wanted. We wanted our more seasoned wrestler, Isaiah Delgado, to go against number 12 ranked Colin Roberto. And at 157 pounds, that was up in the air. We're going to have Tyson Humphreys.
Which is interesting. Humphreys weighed in at 49, so he's going to bump up for tonight's matchup.
That's what I was just looking at. We had a jump up in weight there. At 165, Snedaker's going to step in for us. 184 to 197, there's going to be no matchup. We're not going to wrestle those matches. So either we got guys out on both teams. I'm not sure what we're going to do there. So that kind of brings us up to our start time here. We got our coaches and staff out with our honorary coin toss. So stay with us while we take on Utah Valley University Wolverines takes on University of Northern Iowa Panthers. All right, we are up. We are up here at 125 pounds as they come to the center mat.
Kyle Biscoglia for the Panthers, currently listed on UNI's website at 33s. He must have dropped down to 25s. Redshirt junior from Waukee, Iowa.
What's that drop like? I mean, I think to move up in weight, I think that goes without saying. Like, it's like, okay, I'll wrestle a little bit heavier guy, but, you know, to drop from 133 to 125, that's a commitment, you know.
Yeah, there's a bigger drop between those 8 pounds and then, 97-pounder going to 84s. It's a little less drastic. Good hand fighting here. Both guys moving. Biscoglia, a little shot there.
Ooh, a little bit of a arm drag to the side.
Mger's good in there. He likes getting in on that Russian tie and looking to put a right on this guy.
Flexibility there from Kohlhofer.
Mger, one of our favorite wrestlers out of the state just to the north of us, Idaho, came down. He's been with the program a couple years.
We had a short cut out there, but we're back.
Just mentioning Mger out of Idaho, came down to Utah Valley. He's been here a couple years. Extremely talented addition to the team. He's locking up
a cradle there.
Gets a little wonky.
Gets wonky, and we're not sure if he's just kind of reaching back. The referee awards that 2-point reversal to Kohlhofer.
Mger not in a bad position. He still has a leg here, and he's trying to sit out.
You're going to want to try to isolate that, right? Like either lift it up, isolate it, get both of his knees behind it, but he's kind of sitting on his rear. You want to put both knees behind here, right, Chasen? Chase behind. Got to be mat aware. Okay, got him turned into the inside.
He's looking to swim to that outside leg, and coaches at Utah Valley, Coach Lofthouse saying, go ahead and push into him. Gets the 2.
Got a hard whizzer. Kohlhofer right on the edge of the mat. And he'd finish it out here.
Mger, coached by Erkin Tatsimetov, extremely gamey opponent. It looks like they're fixing the riding time.
Yeah, there was a switch over there.
Guys get a fresh start.
Yeah, jump to the other side there.
Lock there's legal.
It's an interesting lock, high lock up near his neck. Not able to capitalize on bringing him back down to the mat.
We got guys that work, like an assassin out of that lock and things from there. Biscoglia did a good job of getting isolated, getting away from him, and he's in on a leg here.
Right here, keep heavy hips. Mger's going to want to keep heavy hips. He's got an inside grip on the ankle. Nothing here, short time.
Looking to stay out of danger for a couple more seconds, and he does. We'll go into the second period.
Coach Williams out asking our referee to check that riding time. There was a transition back and forth between a reversal and another reversal for both competitors.
Yeah, just making sure everything's right before we proceed with this match.
Coach Schwab from UNI just had a career milestone, 100 wins in his career as head coach for UNI.
He's done great up there. UNI, one of the programs that I notice guys go to, and they might not get the best recruits all the time, but guys develop at that school.
They do.
And it's coaching staff. Referees getting the riding time figured out. It's
Okay,
Green's
Green.
choice. Mger will go ahead and choose bottom position. Biscoglia drops straight to that ankle.
Reach down through the crotch, but Mger does a good job circling out. He's got to keep circling. He's in this Russian tie. He's got to clear that out. Nice clear. Guys reset in the middle here.
Mger going to want to look to get back into his Russian.
Yeah, I mean, we were successful there chasing with a nice Russian drag. Brought him all the way down to the mat, and there's an outside shot. But if you're Mger, you know, his arms are outside. You want to try to get inside. Oh, a body lock here. Heavy whizzer.
Biscoglia looking to come out the back door here. He doubles off. Mger looking to hide those ankles. We're in a scramble. Both guys moving, both guys looking to stay high.
Mger looking like he's holding out for a stalemate, perhaps.
Been here for a minute. Mger's still on that ankle. Got both ankles.
Got both ankles.
So they're about sixes here. Biscoglia might be in a little bit better spot. He's higher. Biscoglia improves. And Mger
Takedown is awarded.
bellies down.
Yeah, we're on
Goher. Excuse me.
quick out. He's going for this reversal, but he gets an escape rather than that reversal. Now we're neutral. Great match. Great motion by both wrestlers, keeping things live. Kind of a load-up shot, telegraphed. Mger does a good job to block that out.
It's a good round. A lot of points being scored.
Riding time's about even here. Goher chooses down in the first period here, or third period here.
That's right.
Nice return there.
It's back on that high lock, that ride there. Goher with the escape. Tied up scoreboard.
So right here, I mean, you got an entire match. For all intents and purposes, Jason is tied up, and we got a minute 22. It's like, hey, who's going to stay in the better position? Who's going to create the better opportunities? Right on the edge of the mat, short shot.
Goher takes him down to his back. He gets two near fall counted out there.
Mger looked a little tired there, and you could see that his head got pushed down. That tie was heavy from Goher. Goher capitalizes right on the edge of the mat.
Yep, he's got a good crossface here. Mger looking to work up.
He's got 2-on-1 tie here. Mger's got to clear this out. Clear that tie, that wrist ride, and start getting his knees under him. He's got his knees up under him. 35-second. Oh, excuse me. Short time here. 30 seconds.
Goher locking up that tilt.
How would you clear that hand there?
He's got to move forward here.
Get a hand on the mat, right? Crawl
Looks like
forward.
Goher got a bar in there, as well as the tight waist.
This can turn into some easy tilt points here for Goher. It's high on the back here. As time expires, that brings our final score 10-6. Goher coming away with a decision victory.
Props to Kyle pushing through. We go into that third period tied up, and Mger might have hit a wall there.
I actually feel like that really was. I mean, it's not me being a homer, but he wrestled very, very well, and then he hit a wall, and Mger gave up that, not only just the takedown, but then
to his
how
back.
you finish. It ends up where, man, you're you can't do that and hope to stay in the game. So here we are. We're at 133 pounds.
Now it's Kyle Biscoglia.
Now you got the right name.
Yes,
Kyle
sir.
Biscoglia is going up against UVU Stockton O'Brien, redshirt freshman.
Biscoglia, an Iowa guy, stayed in state. Stockton O'Brien, refreshing to see him on the lineup, but down at 33s. I think he's going to be a lot more competitive at this weight. He's hasn't up until this point been at 33s. Been in the lineup, had some competitive matches, been to these big tournaments.
Long shot, but he ends up getting O'Brien on his butt here. But O'Brien's still scrambling, looking for a lock in the crotch to go for a possible stalemate, but Biscoglia cuts the corner and comes behind.
Sam, we talked before the duel. A lot of these matches tonight, it's a duel of opportunity. Utah Valley guys going up against ranked opponents. Being able to upset someone could give them some stock in the national rankings. So
of course, yes.
Stockton looking to put his name on the map a little bit more, secure some ranking for himself. Wrestling number 12 in the country tonight.
A lot of opportunity. And that's actually what makes duels like this really exciting is, as we talked about, Coach Schwab's put together a really tough team, ranked opponents up and down every weight class nearly, and you get a chance to make your mark. Or, you look at it, you're like, hey, on paper, this is going to be a runaway victory for you and I. That doesn't necessarily always have to be the case as a leg half comes on here.
Biscoglia tight there.
You want to watch for a scissor there. You cannot scissor the head, but he goes for those 4-point near fall and he lets it go. What I was saying is because I'm going against a ranked opponent doesn't mean that necessarily, hey, this is going to be a pin or a tech fall. Let me wrestle tough. Let me stay in the match. And you know what? I'm not going to give up a bonus. But what are the small victories that you want to win? What are the things you want to learn, right? And I always say in wrestling, there's winners and there's learners. The only losers are the ones that aren't learning, right? So what do you got to learn from being a new wrestler, Stockton O'Brien, a freshman, going up against somebody that's much, much more seasoned, right?
Sometimes it's just a confidence thing, Sam. I mean, first time I wrestled a ranked opponent, I had an idea in my mind what a ranked opponent felt like and how fast and strong and smart they were. And I realized they weren't that much different. And so sometimes it just gives those guys that little bit of confidence, and they can compete with these guys. They can make it. Biscoglia defers. Stockton looking to go neutral, get something going on his feet.
Biscoglia shoots that double from so far out. He took both times now he's gone from a double. He switches down to a single. It works out well for him. O'Brien had a post there balancing. Biscoglia just grabs that post, pulls him down, and gets an easy 2-point takedown.
And he's back on this ball and chain ride. And he's between the legs. He's got that cross wrist. And he throws that head straight in the ribs. And watch him step over and try to get this same turn. There it goes.
Got to fight hard here.
Tough position.
Figure 4 that head. That's when it gets tight. Biscoglia picks up the fall with that awesome technique there. The first time I saw that when we were in the first round there, I thought that was opportunistic. Biscoglia saw it and went for it, but no, this is something part of his repertoire where he's actually setting that up, doing a good job with that leg half to figure 4 and finishes it off. All right, so we move to 141 pounds. Number 7th ranked, Kel Happle going up against Ty Smith, one of Utah Valley's more seasoned guys. He's seen rankings this year, in and out of it. Oh, nice duck under to a go behind.
Very good duck.
Sharp.
Smith, not unheard of for him to beat ranked guys last year. Oh, and he catches that Granby roll. Last year he knocked off Mizzou, number 5 in the country. So see what he can do tonight.
Nice ride
He's got
here.
a good ride on him too.
Tight spiral ride, and he throws that half. Looks like something good can come of this. This is one chasing that ride pays dividends in rounds 2, 3, where the neck gets tired, the legs aren't underneath you. He earns an escape there.
Happle, a large 41-pounder, looking compared to Ty Smith. They're back on their feet.
Ty seems like he's not. I guess I shouldn't say seems. Ty is undersized for his weight class, and I'm not sure if he's like, hey, I'm better suited at the 141. I know that a lot goes into choosing where you're going to wrestle, but he always holds his own,
Both guys in the collar tie here. Smith looked at that duck for a split second. Pace slows down.
Right in the middle. Ty knows that duck under it. I've seen him do it many times. So slick, so sharp. And the chain wrestling that kind of ensued out of that first flurry was actually phenomenal because he ducks, and it's not just the duck that works, but he has a really sharp finish where he goes behind. Nice heavy hands here, active. Shot comes from Happle, but nice defense by Ty. Oh, a nice.
Some good action here.
Nice go by to a shot, but
kind of a half shot there from Happle.
Oh, a post.
He does a really good job doing that from his knees.
That's what I was going to say. He's wrestling from his knees, which a lot of coaches say, you never wrestle from your knees, but he's actually posting and moving off of his knees. Really great opportunity there, but Ty Smith down blocks and circles out of it. Post single to on your knees.
Happle with a big win this year. He knocked off number 5 Clay Carlson of South Dakota State. So not unheard of for him to be beating these ranked guys.
I feel like both the Big Ten and the Big 12, there's been a lot of really cool big upsets up and down the board. Every weight class, it's I think this year there's some weights where it's like, wow, there's real domination, but a number of weights, it's anybody's game.
Utah Valley with choice. They defer. Happle chooses bottom.
Oh, Ty says,
scores
hey, I'm
escape.
not going to let that go so easy, but then lets the leg out, and there's an escape.
Very good at those low levels. Oh,
ooh, nice
Smith
sweep.
in on the leg.
Okay, what do we got to do here?
Well, movement is key. He's going to want to get that elbow sunk behind the knee, and we go into stale. So a lot of times, Sam, when we get in that position, guys stop or get stopped. And Happle smart wrestling here, not letting him hit that corner.
Yeah, a lot of guys that have those tight hips, they'll pinch on the head and put a heavy hip on the head, and all of a sudden you don't have a lot of room to move. Oh, an ankle pick there to go behind. Ty's not done, though. He's not done.
Nope, kept the whizzer, gets taken down here. Happle extremely violent in that position.
Yeah, he's like a pit bull on an old junkyard tire. He wasn't letting go of that.
No, sir.
Ty Smith with hand control on the edge. On those edges, you got to be aware, right? What do you got to do?
Well, Happle did the right thing. I mean, let him move out, get a fresh start, fresh ride. Same thing with Smith, though. Now he's got a fresh start here. He's got to get back to his feet where he ended. He's there and gets the escape. Scores 3-4 for Northern Iowa.
Ooh.
And he hits a duck there.
Nice duck under by Happle. Now Ty Smith's in a good spot here. I mean, his knees are up underneath him. There's a spiral right on, but he's isolating a hand. He's doing a great job here. Got to try to stay balanced. Oh, a switch opportunity, but
time winds down here in the second period. It'll be Utah Valley's choice. He's already motioning for down.
Ty immediately takes position. Happle looks a little winded here.
He is breathing kind of heavy.
Quick stand
Straight
up.
to his feet.
Isolates a hand. There he goes. Cuts out. Now, Ty did this before, and I don't know if as he came in, his tie wasn't as crisp, but he easily got ducked. There's a shuck by with a sweep.
Notice that shoulder check. I mean, he really punched him with the shoulder there to try to gain some space and move him. Smith within striking distance of tying this match up.
Gotta move, right?
Heavy hand shot of Happle.
Another kind of shoulder punch, but
Happle in on the leg. Scores the takedown.
Happle really relentless in that when he gets into even those scrambles where there's a bit of back and forth, a shot and a reshot, Happle gets a little bit of a leg and he goes straight to it. Scores that 2-point takedown. 1 minute. Riding time is not of effect yet.
Happle looking to secure riding time.
Oh, switch out. Ooh.
Happle quick to follow.
Ty switched his hips over and heisted. Almost ended up in like a single leg shot, but didn't continue in his motion there.
These guys wrestling on the edge here.
All right, we go out.
19 seconds left in the match.
Riding time is of effect now. Happle's racked up 116 in riding. Short time, Ty Smith's got to go. Happle put that heavy wrist right on here.
As time winds down, that will be the match. 9-4 for UNI. Brings the team score to 12-0. And we will break for 2 minutes.
Stay with us. We'll be back. Utah Valley University taking on University of Northern Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lockhart Arena and the campus of Utah Valley University, where we have the Panthers of Northern Iowa going up against Utah Valley University's Wolverines. We had a short intermission break right there. Push-up contest. The victor over here with Willie the Wolverine. Northern Iowa's come out of the gate hot. 3 matches, 3 victories. Number 14th ranked Northern Iowa with two ranked opponents for the Wolverines coming away with big victories. Probably the biggest of those is number 12, Kyle Biscoglia, pinning Stockton O'Brien from Utah Valley. But we're back here at 149 pounds. Another number 12 ranked wrestler, Colin Roberto. He's going up against Utah Valley University's Isaiah Delgado. Isaiah's been a staple on our team, right, Jason?
Yes, sir. Actually, Delgado out of El Paso, Texas, he started at 33s, bumped up, has been extremely competitive at that weight, extremely gamey, quick. He's got some outside shots, really good hand fighting, and he's looking to have an upset tonight.
if there's anyone that can pull up an upset at this weight class, I think this is our best chance, right? I've appreciated tonight for the most part, Jason. A lot of the wrestling's being done right in the middle. Both guys standing their ground, heavy hands, great motion, tight finishes. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, both teams competitive here. Roberto in on a double, gets the 2. Delgado, actually being a redshirt junior, he redshirted last year. So he had a couple years of competition, redshirted last year, and during his redshirt year, saw a lot of success. He beat some ranked guys nationally at open tournaments. So we were excited to see him back in the lineup this season.
I feel like the COVID year that most college wrestlers and all athletes of all sorts, where it was kind of an unmarked, uncounted year, has just elongated a lot of wrestlers' careers, where you got guys that have been around, and Isaiah's one of those. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean,
he scrambled here.
Some
nice
good
job.
movement.
Interesting scrambles.
Back in on shot, back in the leg.
Stuff's falling off from all over the place. Not sure what fell out of somebody's hand or
so it looks
foot.
like someone's fingers were taped, and they're no longer. And Delgado's ankle band came off. That's some flurry right there.
Nice job. That flurry kind of opened up for both wrestlers. I saw a lot of opportunities for attacks and reattacks there, but neither capitalized. We're back neutral.
Sometimes, Sam, these first round flurries, if you're not warmed up going into the match, those things will take you out. Guys get winded quick because it spikes you, and the rest of the match does not go so well.
Low-level shot, stall warning, and a quick takedown. I think the ref saw maybe we wanted a little more action from Delgado.
Roberto has been relentless attacks.
Oh, nice drop to a low single.
Kind of surprised him, I think, being in that deep.
All right, we got to keep scrambling here. Roberto has a real tight scramble.
Delgado looking to swim around the other side.
You got to keep the hips up. The hips go flat, you're going to lose that scramble.
They go still here.
How would you describe who wins in a scramble situation?
I mean, rule of thumb is generally be higher than the opponent. You want to stay high, keep your hips off the ground.
I think for Delgado's case, we're lucky to come away with that, with just a stalemate there.
Yeah, in on the good shot. Roberto did an awesome job countering.
Roberto's got a really, very heavy snap down.
No score yet.
Oh, and a possible go behind here. If Delgado can scoot his hips and clear the shoulder of Roberto, he can scoot behind and capture that 2-point takedown.
Delgado in a good position here. Roberto.
Time. Both guys.
Good scrambling that match, that round.
Yeah, part of me wants to say that Roberto has done a really good job of just staying in great position. I think Delgado's gotten out of position a little high in those scrambles. I think had he been lower, he would have capitalized on those scrambles.
Roberto and his coach is joking about what he should choose. He defers with a smile on his face and then goes optional start here.
Foot sweep to a trip, but he gets it escape.
Delgado does escape here, scores 3-4.
Here we go. Fresh round, 1-point match. See, Delgado's level just needs to get lower.
Yeah, he's looking for an opening.
Roberto is doing a great job of just, again, that low level. See how he just, I think his position allows him to drop down to those low levels so quickly. He scores an easy 2-point takedown here with a seatbelt ride. But Delgado scoots out, earns an escape. A little too high, a little too far away for a drop down there from Delgado. Oh, both these guys, He's got to stay square
Looking
here.
to swim that left hand.
Yes.
Roberto doing a good job of keeping that
Isolating.
2-on-1.
Yeah. Because what Delgado wants to do is get his
Coach Williams saying, hey, circle around here, Delgado.
keep covering those hips. Cover those hips. There you go. Stay there.
You can put him in danger here.
Got to scoop and hook the leg, hook the legs, swim the arm. Got to hook the arm or swim the legs. Or hook the legs or swim the arm.
Opponent on his butt. I mean, you got to move here.
Got to keep going. Got to keep going. Possible crossface. Got to keep that leg. You got to keep moving.
The
like right now.
stinginess of Real Budo in this position.
Got to stay here. Isolate it. Stretch it out. Stretch it out here. 10 seconds. Short time. Got to go head under. Push through. Swim. No takedown.
Extremely gamey, extremely stingy here. Guys kind of soft break. It looked like they were tangling a little bit. Real Budo's being an extremely seasoned veteran of the game.
Man,
he knew what to do in that position.
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I see in high-level wrestling in the NCAA is that no takedown is like giving up. It's not like, oh, you got in and kind of give up. Roberto literally stayed in a no, you know, I'm not giving up an inch of space here that entire scramble. And I mean, that's both exhausting and a little bit, nice low shot there from his belly. It came up. Delgado. Anyways, what I was saying, Jason, was don't give anything up. It's just a fight to the very, very bitter end. Here's another position.
You're right. It is taxing physically, but there's also a psychological thing in there. It's like I keep getting in on shots, and I can never score on this guy. Puts him in danger here. And then Delgado looking to fight off his back.
He gets to his belly here. He's got to keep going to his belly. Crawl forward, rolls through, gets to his stomach here. Nice fight by Delgado.
Here. Real Budo, actually a native to New York, started his career off at Brown University. He's transferred over to UNI.
Oh, he gets whipped down in a quick fall.
Extremely stuck in that position.
Number 12 ranked Colin Roberto defeats Isaiah Delgado from Utah Valley University. All right, man. 157. Northern Iowa is putting on the tough matches are tough, and we know that they are going to be. We got another tough one, number 25 ranked Derek Hlog going up against Tyson Humphreys. Again, Humphreys coming up from 149 pounds to wrestle at 157.
Hlog, another Iowa native. Wrestling a Utah native out of Layton High School. Awesome local program about an hour north of Utah Valley University campus. Continually pumping out college caliber wrestlers.
Yeah, you've seen it. We got guys from that program across the nation.
Tyson following his brother Braden Humphreys' footsteps, coming to Utah Valley. See how he manages at bumping up a weight tonight.
It's wild when you see it. You think, oh, that's 8 pounds, right? You got between 149 and 157. But when you see it side by side, it is noticeable.
Yeah, you got to take
Hlog
is cutting some weight too. And
yeah.
the weight disparity is a lot more than 8 pounds.
Hlog is a head taller, just looks bigger in every way. Oh!
Humphreys in on a slick post to that high seam.
Man, he timed that. Humphreys timed that just exceptionally well. Saw the hand reach, posted it, and slid right in. Quick escape by Hlog.
Once again, Sam, we talk about opportunities tonight. I mean, Hlog, a ranked wrestler, 25th in the entire country. Nothing but opportunity for Utah Valley.
Very well timed. That was an awesome takedown.
He's still moving that elbow. Hlog seems to clamp onto that collar tie.
Yeah, ear-to-ear collar tie.
Yep.
Outside shot, pulls it right in.
Yeah, he sunk his hip right into that hip, his ear right in that hip, and he kind of folded Humphreys.
Right here, you got a heavy 2-on-1 ride on these wrists. How do you clear those out?
I think the key is having good form to begin with, keeping your wrists out, building up properly. Guys will reach in to clear an arm or something, and then people hunting for that 2-on-1 just scoop it right up.
Humphrey chooses down here. You got to think right now is a time that you know, we got to keep this match close. He's got to fire out.
Gets to his feet, ties up the match. Coach Williams from Utah Valley. Just keep your feet moving. Humphreys came out period 1 extremely active.
Oof.
And
well-timed low single.
yeah.
I've been actually, man, think about how many times we've seen, it's not, I don't think it's one that you see terribly often, but man, Northern Iowa, the Panthers come in with a lot of those super duper low finishes. Ankle pick, super low, low-level singles. Really done of that through a number of the matches tonight.
Hlog looking to get a bar here. He's got the arm out. Humphreys, good job of getting his hands back in front of him.
Got to get those knees under you. I think that the other thing I see too is Hlog is quite a bit taller. Those guys, when they're lankier, man, they can just blanket you that ride. You know, you think you've cleared a hip and they've covered the other hip. You know, and you think you've cleared a wrist and they're reaching across, they're grabbing the your opposite wrist. Tough wrestling here. You got to stay tight.
Yeah, they say any body can wrestle, and it's true. There's all different shapes and sizes. They work to your advantage or not, and Hlog good at reaching the things he needs to.
Bumps that hip down. Hlog, again, just kind of blanket riding here. All right, so we get kind of controlled ridden most of that period. Hlog chooses down in the third.
Yeah, it almost has 2 minutes of riding time.
So you got to look at that. If we got 2 minutes of riding time, let's say the match is 6-3. What's Humphrey's got to do here?
Well, now it's takedowns.
I think he's been successful at exposing and timing a takedown. That's what we got to go to here. Man, that length. Hlog's length, he kind of sweeps out. He's able to get these low shots. There's another one Humphreys avoided. Level change there. Sweep to the outside and comes around for a slick finish.
Yeah, some really good motion there. Got him stepping, got him leaning one way. And now he's back on that ride. He's got his hips broke down.
Knees got to come up, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that where it starts?
Hlog also looking at isolating either wrist. He tries bar on one side, then he'll go to the other.
Yeah, I mean, he's got him covered. Knee's got to come up. Hlog's got to isolate one wrist, pull it under to stall warning comes from a referee, but Humphrey's knee's got to come up. Hlog isolating this one wrist. He's going to pull it across the back. Oh, he lost it. Pressure forward here now.
Humphrey's looking to pressure back into him. He gets
there he
to
goes.
his feet.
Nice pressure
Now
back.
he's moving.
Now he's got his afterburners on. Short time, 15 seconds.
So we're looking victory series here. Feet to back.
Got to go, 10 seconds. Another
Coach
low
Williams
level.
says let it go. Hlog
There you go.
relentless, but
Let's go.
Humphreys gets the takedown there as time expires.
You know, they say a little too little too late. You don't always want to say that, but in this case, it is true. That takedown at the end brings that final score 6-9. Your winner at 157 pounds, Derek Hlog. Stay with us, those viewers, wherever you're at. We will be back from Utah Valley University, where we take on the Panthers of Northern Iowa. Checking out.
So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here for you to learn how to get the care you need.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Ghana's first Winter Games skeleton.
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University track star, graduate, and current Olympian Akwasi Frimpong.
Yes, South Korea, here I come.
Akwasi was the first person to represent his nation of Ghana at the Winter Olympics in the skeleton. Support the next UVU Olympian by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. 165, number 9 for UNI, Austin Yant. And he's wrestling Danny Snedaker, a sophomore for Utah Valley. And they're moving.
Nice heavy hands there from Snedaker.
Snedaker in on a shot, Gets to the leg, and they're back on their feet.
Yant lanky is all get out, right?
Yeah. And he's in on that front head. Snedaker backs out of it. Hits a shrug, gets the angle.
Nice shrug.
Has a leg in before they go down.
And then he just has this leg draped, trying to extend out to trip down. Snedaker does a decent job of fighting that off for quite a second.
Yant, no stranger to this position, sits there, has the leg in, crab ride already.
He's going to try to, like, can opener this head. He's going to take his forearm, he lets go, push the head down, and come to a power half. Yant, again, well suited just physically for a leg ride wrestler where he can use his legs and his hands all at the same time here.
Has Snedaker stretched out.
That pressure, so darn heavy.
Danny, one of our more experienced guys, coming out of Vancouver, Washington. Awesome high school career, 2-time state champ. He's been with Utah Valley for a while. Last year, or the COVID year, 2021, he went to the Big 12 championships for Utah Valley. Yant.
Oh, this power half is going to come on. So here's the crazy thing about this position from what I've seen. And Jason, I want to know what you think. A guy that rides legs like that, like you can turn a guy from his lower section, right, from his lower half using your legs. And if someone's strong in their hips, which a lot of college wrestlers are, you lock that down, and then you're just wearing on the top, and you can turn through the top, right? That's what this power half right here, this is painful stuff. You see Snedaker just kind of grimacing where he's getting stretched out here, arm over his shoulder in this power half position.
Yeah, ref going to want to keep an eye on that, make sure we're not ripping any shoulders out. Yant lets go here, but he's got those hips so tight there. Snedaker wanting to scoot forward, get his hips out from under that ride.
Oh, power half coming on here. It's exactly what he wants to do. He's going to try to turn Snedaker right inside of his hips. Snedaker's actually just going to turn right inside, but he looks like Snedaker did a good job powering his arm back down, getting that half off.
Notice his leg elevated there.
Yeah, here's the deal. You're not getting off the bottom unless your knees get down to the mat, and Yant does a good job just isolating that hip and then going after that power half.
Yeah, he's keeping those hips off the mat. They're not even touching a lot of the time, and
that's tough. Hats off to Snedaker, fighting, valiant effort right there.
Yeah, quick to his feet, gets an escape here. They're both in neutral position.
Levels a little high, if you ask me, for Snedaker, especially someone with that length. You know, if I'm already down lower, I drop low, I can hit those low-level shots that the Panthers are looking like that's textbook for them and Coach Schwab. Clear there. Snedaker says, let's just clear, get a new start. Touch and go, fake there. Heavy hands, but kind of pulled Yant right into his hips there, but a scramble ensues. He's got to isolate this leg and roll it through. Uh-oh. Kind of a weird cradle position here.
Snedaker still owns a leg, and Yant throws it in for the takedown.
I think there have been Utah Valley's had a few really good scramble situations where we ceased to move, and because we weren't continuing through, whether it was that finish or even just that scramble to keep my hips square or try to get that angle, we've lost the scrambles tonight. Power half again here from a leg ride. We knew that was coming on, and it's tight. Snedaker's got he's good. That's what you want to do. You want to grab that hand off the top of your head, peel it off.
Yeah, it's another product out of Iowa. Staying in state, competing for UNI.
I think when you think Iowa, You think two things: corn and wrestling.
That's
Not
right.
necessarily in that order.
Wrestling
right?
first.
Yeah. The best of the best wrestling coming out of Iowa.
Passionate fan base, extremely talented pool of wrestlers growing up in that system.
UVU lucky tomorrow night, if UVU listeners and fans watching, we are taking on number 3 ranked Iowa State. Keep that in mind. Tune in. Come down here to Utah Valley University here in Orem. We would love to rock the house, get a lot of our fans out here for some really great Big 12 wrestling.
Yeah, another Big 12 duel. Actually, the highest ranked team, Utah Valley, will be dueling since they wrestled Penn State a few years back. Had Oklahoma State in town last year. They were ranked 4th at the time, but having number 3 in the Valley is really something.
That's another Iowa team that's just ranked up and down throughout their lineup.
Minute left in the match. Danny looking a little more active here, looking to find an angle.
Here's a good example of the situation I was sharing with you, Jason. You got a really highly ranked number 9 ranked Yant. Snedaker's coming into his own, and right on the table here is a possible major decision. And this is where it's like, okay, I'm going to do all I can. I want to compete here. I'm going to take a major decision. Nice shot. Keep that underhook. Anywho, what I was saying is we take that major and turn it into just a decision. That sometimes makes a big difference, especially in close matches.
Well, Snedaker getting in on that leg was something. I mean, it was from close quarters. He kind of just did a little arm pass, a 2-on-1 into it. Yant. Controversial stall call there.
I mean, he's sprawling and circling, and I'm not sure where else he was supposed to go. So, referee saw that was fleeing the mat and automatically awarded a 1-point penalty to Yant. Time is winding down. 5 seconds here. See if a shot can come off.
And that'll be it at 165.
Austin Yant 9, Danny Snedaker 0.
Utah Valley, Demetrius Romero, his final year of eligibility. Sometimes referred to as Grandpa Romero.
Grandpa Romero. Dude, he's so much fun to watch. Him getting injured last year was such a bummer, but we are so excited to have Demetrius back. Fan favorite.
Yeah, he had a COVID year. He had an injury. He had
2 injury years.
He's been through it. Extremely seasoned and extremely gamey. He had a crazy stat. He went into overtime so many times, and I don't know that he ever lost one in overtime last season or this year. In on the shot.
Single to a double. He's switching back and forth. That is some nice chain wrestling right there. We got to finish here on the edge, though. Oh, he trips, kind of trying to pull that back in. Now ends up head down on the mat. Possible cradle here by
Runan.
And Runan comes away with that 2-point takedown.
So Lance and Caleb Runan, looks like brother duo, wrestling at 74s and 97s for UNI. Lance currently ranked 12th in the country. Another Iowa product from Southeast Polk High School.
Quick turnout there. Quick turnout there. Romero does a good job to just not let Runan drop to that single as he earns that 1-point escape.
Demetrius, not last year, the year before, St. Louis, Missouri, he goes into the NCAA tournament with the number 2 seed, right, Sam?
Yeah, it was awesome. Goes all the way to semifinals.
Winds up All-Americaning. Been a staple on the team since he transferred here from Boise State. Boise drops their program. Demetrius moves to Utah Valley, and he's been great for us.
That year, this was like again not last year, the year before, we had 2 Utah Valley wrestlers in the semifinals, and great outing for our team. Both guys ending with those All-American honors, and that's what you want. I think when you see a team where you get 4 or 5 ranked guys, you get All-Americans, returning. That's when you can have a.
See, this position here, Sam, is where Demetrius does really well. It's in on re-attacks, re-shots. I mean, you get a guy like Runyon to take a shot on you, not out of bounds. And this is where Demetrius scores.
Another low-level attempt. Romero kind of like spaghetti-legged out of that, just kind of limp-legged out, was able to put his hip down. Yeah, I think Demetrius' re-attack is as good as any. Runyon sits down and kind of tries to roll through.
It's kind of the same thing he did the first time Demetrius got in his leg.
These are weird scrambles that we're finding ourselves in, and Runyon's taking Demetrius' offense and turning it into his own offense.
Looking for a stalemate here. Ref will call it. Demetrius wrestling a lot like his coach and mentor, Ethan Lofthouse. They got a lot of things that he's picked up from Ethan. Back in action here. Short time.
Outside, a little too far out for Demetrius, but he's trying to run a corner here. Ends up giving up his hip there for a shot, but time expires in that first period.
It will be Red's choice.
Runyon chooses down. Good matchup again. We got number 12 Lance Runyon going against Utah Valley's number 7th ranked Demetrius Romero.
Whistle blows. Romero with some good pressure forward. Runyon hits a Granby roll. Gets to a good position to his feet and gets an escape. Demetrius hits a post there. Ref says continual action here. They go back to the center, neutral.
I feel like Demetrius' offense is just a little bit off tonight, and I'm not sure why. I can't pinpoint it. He's getting a little distance between hips, pushing, posting out, trying to clear his head to get a restart here. Clears the elbow, circling here. Oh, yeah. Ref says Demetrius is backing up.
Runyon does a good job of cornering him. He just steps one way, Runyon steps towards it, and keeps pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, that pressure, even if it's just a positional pressure, it adds up. A shot straight on, but that re-attack is where Demetrius really shines. That's the kind of offense I'm used to, right? Another Granby when he lets slide by, but
Runyon pretty good at that Granby roll.
Well, what he's
30
doing.
30 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, man. He does a good job of just scooting his hips, creating that space, and he hits a Granby. And both times, I think Demetrius like, okay, you can Granby in front of me, but then is unable to secure and cover those hips again. So earns an escape there. Post. Now we got a stalling on Runyon.
So Demetrius actually is taking, majority of the shots in this match.
That's what I'm saying. He's turning his offense. His offense seems like he's getting stopped, and all that hard work he's putting into it is turning in. Yeah, it's turning into the defense is turning into the offense for Runyan. That's what I'm trying to say.
So here's the thing. It's strategic, though. I mean, you see these guys watch film on Demetrius. They have years of it. He scores on reattacks, and so guys are very careful, very cautious about shooting on Demetrius Romero because they don't want to get scored on that way. So Demetrius has to shoot and then hit and score off of reattacks to get to his bread and butter.
Right.
So it creates another dynamic once you get to this part of your career in college wrestling. It's like if you're good at wrestling, Coach Schwab knows this, and they prepare their wrestlers. There's film that goes in before these matches.
Yeah, I think if you think that if you got ranked opponents and you know what you're up against, if you're not watching film or you don't think that your opponent's kind of studying up on some of your aptitudes, then you're up in the night. Of course, they're looking at this. I think this was good for Demetrius too. Demetrius seemed a little winded.
Tries throwing in a leg, Runyan right off the whistle.
Kind of such a weird ride here. He's just kind of draping on him.
That'll be a stall call. He stayed on that leg for too long. Demetrius gets a point there, ties up the score, but he is still in bottom position.
It's good.
Coach Lofthouse making sure that riding time's correct. Runyan a little bit slower coming on top. Good return here. And actually looking to go tilt.
Demetrius got to get his head up off the mat. Knees underneath him. He's good position right here. Throw that by, and he bumps him out.
Runyan runs him out of bounds. Quick return to the center.
Demetrius got to find it right here. He's got to find that fifth gear, right?
Yep.
$1:15 left in the match. Oh, another
Look to
tilt.
go tilt. Demetrius looking to catch that leg before it comes in on the right side.
Runyan jumping both sides, right and left, for these cheap tilts.
Yeah, putting a good ride on. Demetrius to his feet, gets ran out of bounds again.
I think Runyan looks to me that the game plan for him is to try to ride out. You ride out.
Well, Coach Williams throws the brick. Schwab not okay about that. We got some contention. Utah Valley saying he has the legs and he runs him out of bounds every time.
So the camera angle that we're looking for is Coach Lofthouse felt like as we were scrambling, Runyan dropped down and
stays on the leg.
Well,
like
stayed on the leg,
before.
but then locked. You can't lock your hands, whether it's around the lace.
Count, right? So it would be another stall call. Coach Williams has an extremely good track record with throwing bricks. This could have been more strategic to get Demetrius a little bit of breather. Either way,
could be.
Trust in the coach. Throw in the brick.
Riding time is 9 seconds out in this match. Nice quick stand up. He turns his hips out.
Runyan looking at riding time here. Demetrius stops it before riding time's a factor.
On the mat.
And they go out of bounds, so there's 39 seconds left in the match. Runyan has to get a takedown. Demetrius leading by 1 point.
This is a good match. This is what we wanted.
Crowd is on their feet.
Demetrius, if you got to think about it, you isolate a hand, you get good position, you keep your level low.
Keep in mind,
both
guys
wrestlers
have stall calls. Demetrius
say.
scores on the re-attack, and he gets 2.
That's his bread and butter, I'm telling you. Nice job, Demetrius Romero.
Pressure on him. He's got his hips pinned. He's got a 2-on-1.
15 seconds left here.
Running with his head down even. I think he's done wrestling for tonight. Time winding down. That'll
nice
be
job.
it. Demetrius keeps his rank. Was not upset.
That was a great match there. But that's the type, like when you look at, Runyan's had a good year. He's obviously earned a rank, but this is the opportunity where you see 2 tough wrestlers come together. Great job by Demetrius Romero to pick up Utah Valley's first victory of the night. We're going to have a quick 2-minute intermission. Stay with us if you're viewing. A lot more really good wrestling coming up. Utah Valley University taking on the Panthers of Northern Iowa.
Did you know the Murdoch Auto Team has over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles waiting for you to come in or shop online today? With over 95 years experience and multiple locations to serve you, the Murdoch Auto Team is the place to shop for your next pre-owned vehicle. Call, click, or visit us today at murdochautotteam.com.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University, the home of the Wolverines, where we take on the Panthers of Northern Iowa. Just came off a big match. Number 12 ranked Lance Runyan falls to Demetrius Romero, Utah Valley's stud, number 7 ranked wrestler. Now we're up at 184. Number 2, this is the hammer from the Panthers of Northern Iowa, Parker Kekheisen. He's taking on Hunter Morse from Utah Valley.
Kekheisen, no slouch, number 2 in the country. He's got an extremely decorated career, coming off some big wins this season. Hunter Morse.
I believe Kekheisen had 2 third-place finishes the last 2 outings at the NCAA, so obviously looking to make his mark as a champion. Quickly takes Morse down.
Morse out of Hillsboro, Oregon. Extremely physical, awesome athlete. We've had him win some good matches. He's just coming into his own, a younger guy, redshirt sophomore. Let's see if he can give Kekheisen a match.
Nice escape there. He did a good job. He's blocking hips. Kekheisen was trying to bring his hips in so he could lift, but he got blocked out, and Kekheisen just said, hey, you know what, let's just go to our feet. Let's watch what we can do here. Kekheisen's hands are so heavy to a drop-down single leg. Easy finish as he goes behind.
Kekheisen also a 2-time Big 12 champ.
We have one of those.
We do. He's actually a Wisconsin native. Nicollet High School. Coming to UNI.
Kekheisen lets Morse go for an escape. Scores 2-4. Heavy drag down. Covered a lot of ground right there, and a go behind. Head up, isolate the hands. And he cuts out with a nice low hip heist.
Kekheisen with extremely good form. He's so solid in his stance.
I think oftentimes that's where you see just the upper echelon. The toughest guys in the nation are just so technically sound. They don't make mistakes. They're, like even in their attack offense, there's just no holes. The mistakes are very few. Another drive-through, single-leg finish. Knee's got to come up here for Morse.
Kisen looking for a roll through, and they go out of bounds. He's going to optional start him.
Trying for like a, I don't know, looked like maybe a push his head down, jump to a cradle. Oh, man, Kisen is just straight in there. He's making it look easy. He's with just those heavy hands, and he drops to a shot, and he circles around, finishes on the edge of the mat there with another takedown. Scores 10-4. Kisen up over Morse.
He's so savvy there, too. I mean, it's the little things, his mat awareness. He gets the takedown. He's still in the leg. Ref counts to 4. He scoots his toes out, and then they go out of bounds. So he's even thinking about the clock in this situation, which is good. It's refreshing.
Quick takedown here, and again, Kisen's now riding him out for the last few seconds of the first period. Morse chooses down here in the second period. Kisen comes on top. Spiral ride, busts him down. Morse does a good job of bringing his knees back up. Rolled through here.
Kisen did the same thing on the edge of the mat before. He's got a deep half, and ref will call. That's a pin there. Kisen points at someone in the crowd. His friend.
All right. Quick pin there by Parker Kisen, takes out Hunter Morse. We're on to 197, Jason.
So 97s, Northern Iowa did not weigh in an athlete. Utah Valley's ranked wrestler Evan Bachman will receive the forfeit. And so we're going to go straight into the final match of the evening, Sam, at heavyweight. Number 13 in the country, Tyrell Gordon, wrestling for UNI, will be wrestling Chase Trussell for Utah Valley.
I like big heavyweights. Anything can happen, right?
Anything can happen, that's right. Chase, a redshirt junior, he's been in the room, he's been competing at this level for years. Wrestling Tyrell Gordon of equal stature. Tyrell, last year, getting an at-large bid to qualify for NCAAs. So he's been to the big show, has a little more pedigree in that aspect, but we'll see what kind of match comes about. Native versus native, Chase Trussell out of Morgan High School here in Utah. Awesome program for a small town. And Tyrell Gordon, an Iowa native, another one on their roster.
Chase has received some bids for rankings in and out of the rankings this year as well. I think we're fortunate right now to have Bachman and Trussell to be practice partners to push each other. They say iron sharpens iron, and when you got two tough guys, you can both develop.
Yeah, Chase Trussell never been a huge heavyweight. I mean, He's been putting on pounds, gaining muscle. He's been on the weightlifting regimens. Coming into UVU, they didn't know that he was going to wrestle heavyweight. He was closer to 97. So just the way it panned out made more sense for him to go up. And he's held his own. He's done well. He's in on a leg.
Ooh, nice low-level shot.
He gets to his feet.
Up, sweep it up.
He's going to treetop it here.
Trip it down. Make sure you keep it. Not to the edge. Stay in the middle here.
Utah Valley coach is saying middle.
Yeah, got to keep moving. Chase has got to keep moving.
So he's trying to drag him back in.
Chase has got to keep moving him. That's the number one. A guy can't defend if he's jumping, trying to keep his balance, right, Chasen?
Yes, sir, and he's losing a little bit of elevation on that. He's going to want to drag him back to the center.
There's no way
here. Move his feet, get him back to the center.
Just back up. Put it in your armpit and back up.
Gordon happy to be on the edge here, and Chase Trussell loses it.
Turns out, kicks out. Well, we know Chase has got some shots. That's good to see. That's just another really good example of, like, think about a worse position to be in a takedown position than a single tree-topped.
Right.
And Gordon does an amazing job of going, you know what? I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to fight this with one leg in the air.
And there's a couple tactics. I noticed the finish that Chase was going for. He was trying to, like, redirect and scoot him around with that single. Might not have been the best choice looking at how tall Gordon is. He was hopping, but he wasn't extremely uncomfortable on one foot.
I guess in your mind, would you have said, okay, I have a treetop that's about chest high, armpit high.
Would go higher.
Yeah, that's what I would have gone bump,
yeah,
bumped it up, gone even
on your
higher.
Shoulder.
And hold it. I mean, there's another thing too, like typically if I have a treetop, I want it to be deep in my armpit where it's locked in so there's no chance to turn and kick out like Gordon did,
Chase
or I bring it all the way up.
Yeah, I like bringing it up, hand on the back of the head. There's nowhere for that foot to slide out. Then you can work trips and whatever you want with a free hand. Yeah. We're back in action here. Looks like they had to clean up a little bit of blood for you and I. It's contact sport, Sam.
is the contact sport.
Gordon in on a deep shot.
Oh, good
Gets
fight here.
Good lift here.
Good hips. Oh,
Chase
touched his
the
knee,
mat.
but he's still fighting here. Isolate a hand. Hips come up and a quick return.
Pretty good return there. Chase worked him back to the center. He's on his knees. He's good in position to get to his feet again.
Up.
10 seconds.
Nice
look
isolation
for an escape
here.
Before the time runs out. Oh, man, Gordon bleeding again.
Oh, bleeding pretty bad too.
Not sure what happened there. Scrape?
I don't know if he scraped or it's actually a bloody nose. I'm not sure.
Looks like you got to clean that blood off the mat too.
You know, man, 2 times now, Chase Trussell stands, he's fighting hands, doing a decent job, but ends up losing that hip battle, gets lifted and taken back to the mat. What's he got to do next time?
I mean, he's got to get his hand on that lock. He's got to get his hips away.
Down
Gordon
and
steps
away.
back in and hips him up, gets him off the mat even. It's a lot of strength in that lift, but there's technique there too to prevent that. Looks like they're getting him doctored up here. 2 seconds left in the first period. They're finding more and more blood.
Another reminder, viewers and listeners, Utah Valley is coming back in action tomorrow night against number 3 ranked Iowa State University. You do not want to miss that.
Yeah, another night of opportunity for Utah Valley. Iowa State, coached by Kevin Dresser. Extremely well-coached team. Awesome talents up and down the lineup.
One of the most exciting matches. Well, there's a number of really good matchups tomorrow night, but number 3 ranked David Carr 3-time All-American, national champion. It's going to be awesome to watch him come into town.
Yeah,
all right.
Currently, I think he's got 44 takedowns on the season, and he's given up 1. He's got a crazy stat on there. I can't remember it exactly, but awesome to see talent like that.
All right, we started the second period with Gordon down. Quick escape. Both wrestlers right here in the middle, content to wrestle in the middle. Heavy hands by Gordon.
Heavyweights with some heavy hands.
Man, the action went way, way low this round. We had a relatively action-packed first round with different shots and scrambles, treetop finishes, returns to the mat. Both wrestlers in this period pretty content, just kind of circling, trying to open up opportunities, but nothing too intentional, nothing too crazy here.
And it can be deceiving. I mean, to the untrained eye, it might look like there's not a ton going on in heavyweight matches all the time, but there's a lot of pressure, a lot going on. Chase, some action. Gordon with a reshot.
14 seconds here in the second period. All right, time expires, Jason.
Utah Valley with the choice. He'll go bottom. Riding time currently at 23 seconds for UNI.
Here's the deal. This match could easily turn out.
Yeah,
and
escaping a takedown. We're back in it.
We're right there. Chase comes to his feet. We've seen this position before.
Yep, he's going to want to get.
He's got to isolate one hand and get those hips down. There he goes. He's got hand control. Here he goes. Oh, and he steps in, but he does a good job stomping down. Shot and then a reshot here.
There's some good action.
On the edge of the mat.
Okay, they're going to go back to the center, neutral.
Nice.
90 seconds.
I feel like Chase did a good job of adjusting. He knew that tight lock and a return was coming. He did a good job to isolate. Hand fight. He had a hand on each hand and turned his hips and faced his opponent with a good escape. Scores 3-1 with Tyrell Gordon.
Chase looking to create some action. Has to score here.
Minute left here. Like I said, this could easily open up and be a tough match. Make it real interesting. Too far out. He's got to go to it.
He did move him. He did create some space. That distance was a little too much.
You gotta touch. You gotta make your opponent move. You gotta make them heavy on their feet if you're gonna shoot. One or the other. I either have to move to the legs, or I gotta get the legs to move to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. 30 seconds.
Touch and go. Here we go. Got to set something up here. 22 seconds.
Gordon doing a good job keeping him away, keeping him out of danger.
Got to change and go.
10 seconds here.
Got to go. Got to go. Got to go. 5 seconds.
That'll be it for the duel. Winner at 285 pounds, Tyrell Gordon, UNI. Decision victory. That brings the team score. Northern Iowa 34, Utah Valley 9.
All right, Jason. So what are some takeaways that you've seen for the night?
Hey, there's a lot to be said about tonight's duel. I don't know that Utah Valley had guys show up completely. I don't know that either you and I performed to their best ability either. There's a night of opportunity. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of those upsets we were looking for. But Demetrius and Evan Bachman keep their rankings, keep their status. So we're going into tomorrow night with another perspective and maybe take it to Iowa State.
Yeah, I think a takeaway that I have for the night is, the matches that we can keep close. I mean, a 34-9, I don't think that's necessarily indicative. We gave up a couple falls that maybe didn't need to be falls. But you got to stay tough. You got to stay in these matches. We appreciate Coach Schwab bringing the Northern Iowa Panthers into town. We got more Big 12 action tomorrow night. As a reminder, Iowa State coming into town to take on the Wolverines of Utah Valley University. We thank you for joining us tonight. Signing off, Sam Allen.
Jason Talbert. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.